Welcome back, fellow trophy hunters, platinum enjoyers, or people who just like video essays about getting platinum trophies. Today, we take on Shadow of the Colossus, a great older game. I've always heard good things about Shadow of the Colossus, but I've never played it, and I heard it's a classic, so I figured, why not give this game a shot and go for the platinum? PSN Profiles rates this a 6 out of 10, which requires 6 playthroughs, and around about 50 hours to finish, which I guess the time's not bad, but the playthroughs is kind of rough. Anyway, let's just give you guys a little introduction to the game. Shadow of the Colossus was developed by Team Ico. It's an action-adventure game which takes place in mysterious and vast land. Our protagonist, Wanderer, sets out on a quest to revive a young girl named Mana by defeating 16 colossal creatures known as colossi. But little does Wanderer know, the journey will push him to his limits, both physically and emotionally. Honestly, I wonder if you could consider this game a platformer, because you do be climbing on those colossi. We came back to the lands in between. Elden Ring reference, guys? Elden Ring? DLC coming out? Sorry, anyway, this isn't a promotion for Elden Ring. Great game though. Platinum on my old account. I haven't done... Wait, why am I even talking about Elden Ring? Or playing Shadow of the Colossus. Anyway, we came here to restore Mana's soul, because for whatever reason, the villagers had a prophecy that she was going to become like this evil witch, which apparently this game's a prequel to one of their other games. Anyway, these shadowy creatures come. We stole the sword from our village, and the sword can do amazing, powerful things. Well, we use it, which this is the first time you ever see these guys, and the last time you ever like fight them, because I think they embody the colossi when you release them. So there's that. But look at that cool sword, man. After taking care of the opposing threat, we gain the interest of some deity, god, whatever you want to call it. This is what we were looking for. We were looking for the god, Domin, who could control the souls of the lost. Now we make a pact with Domin. If we take out the 16 colossi, I don't know what their pronouns are, but if we take out the colossi, he will return Mana's heart and soul to her body. The only catch, though, is we need to take care of the 16 colossi, and he lets us know that there is a big price to pay for doing this. But we don't care, because we're in love, and love conquers all. You can't stop this train, baby. Now, you can definitely feel the age and the controls in this game. Like, it'll give you like the briefest description on how to like move or use your horse and all that jazz, but like it seriously took me, God, it's gonna be embarrassing to admit, but I think like 20-25 minutes to actually get like used to the controls. I was sitting around on the horse for a good like 10 minutes before I could actually figure out how to get the horse to move. It tells you, but like, I don't know, the controls just feel so weird on this game, man. And like, remember like Assassin's Creed 2, like way back in the day, like you'd like try to like climb something, you try to jump upwards, but all of a sudden Ezio would like jump backwards and end up killing yourself. There's a lot of like stuff in this game where you're like, why are you jumping over here and not over here? Like, I almost didn't even want to play this game because of the controls. I was just so, I couldn't do it, man. Like, I was getting so frustrated because I couldn't even figure out how to climb because it didn't even tell me. I do think this mechanic's pretty cool though, like with the sword to find out where your next colossi are. Which like, essentially what you're doing too is like 16 boss fights, which is like a super cool concept, and I actually ended up loving this game. Like, I don't think enough people give, well, this is like a classic. People think this is like, you know, really like a cult classic. People love it. At first I was like, I don't see how anybody could ever like this game. And then actually like going through and playing it, I was like, oh wow, I actually love this game. Like, there's so many different things you're going to do in this game for the platinum. You're going to have to do like the time attack trials, which are actually pretty cool. They actually grant you like different upgrades and power-ups, or like a different skin for Argo, your horse, different swords, different capes. You actually get like a glider too with your poncho. You just like let it up and you can do some Breath of the Wild gliding, which is pretty cool. So like the time trials are super worth it, and I definitely recommend you doing the time trials before you go for like the speedrunning trophy in this game, to get the Queen Sword. That sword is amazing, but we'll go over that stuff later. One of the coolest things too is like when you first see the colossi, you're like, how am I supposed to beat this thing? This thing is massive, it's scary, it's huge. Like, one hit and I'm done, right? But it's just so cool, man. Like, each one of these has like different, they all look different, which is cool. All have different attacks. Well, some of them don't really like attack you, like they'll swing your weapon, but some end up like shooting lasers out at you and stuff, and it gets like super intense. Like, you can kind of see, like, when you look at the colossi, like where you can climb it, you can see like the fur or the grass. I don't know what you want to call it. You can do that. Some of them have like weak points that will like stop them from moving, so you can get on there. And like some of it, I was like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say frustrating. At first, it's gonna be super frustrating until you like actually like, get it all down. And you can see right there the yellow stamina bar. You want to fill that up, and that's why it requires 6 playthroughs. Because each colossi that you take down, you get 1 stamina point. You can also collect these lizards and stuff. Every lizard you collect gives you have to get 5 lizards for 1 stamina point. So it's just worth it just to take down a colossi and not go for the lizards. It's just so much further. And then you see the blue health bar for the colossi there. Like, it's faster to take down those colossi than to do the lizards. And then your health, you'll find like different fruits. I also believe like taking down colossi too give you like a health boost. Maybe it's just the fruit. I don't really know for sure. I guess I should have looked into that. But by the end of by the end of all the playthroughs, I didn't really worry about my health. My health was already maxed out. But I did look at my stats and I did eat 50 fruit, so I don't know if that was a factor in the colossi. But the colossi will shake to try to get you to fall down or whatever. You just have to really be cautious of your stamina bar, because once that thing's done, you cannot hold on anymore, and if you fall, it's over. But each colossi had like these sigils on them. Most of them always have one on top of their head, and then some other ones will just be like hidden other places. But you lift up your sword, stab them in the head. And the one thing about this, though, I won't like lie. When I killed the colossi, like the boss fights are amazing, but at the same time, I feel super guilty like taking out the colossi. Like, I don't know, something about it. I was kind of like, oh, I don't feel good about doing this, and I don't know if that makes me weird, but also each one of the colossi you're gonna get a trophy for. So we are gonna unlock a trophy for killing this colossi. But yeah, like just seeing that, it's kind of like watching him die and stuff. It's like, wow, I did that. And then you see like I don't know if that's his life force leaving, but every time you kill a colossi, like the life force like gets into you, which is super interesting. But you will see at the end of the playthrough like what happens. It's honestly, this game is great. Like, oh, there's so much stuff about this game. The vagina tunnel's a little weird, I won't lie. Also, if you guys made this far in the video, leave a comment saying vagina tunnel. I am trying to work my way to 500 subscribers so I can get like members and stuff, and I can start streaming on YouTube with like super chats, and I can make member only content, stuff like that. So I mean, if you guys do like this video, let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to do next. Anyway, let's get more through this Platinum Dragon. Me stop talking about this game. And there's one of the shadowy creatures for after we take it. That's why I was saying I think like each of one of these like creatures like embodies a colossi and comes out. Well, later in the game we'll kind of go over more of that too. Alright, anyway, let's pop that trophy. After each colossi you defeat, it brings you back to the temple, and you get to see the statue crumble in pieces, letting you know you're one step closer to your ultimate goal, giving Mono her freedom back. Also, Dorman will let you know who your next foe is. He'll give you a hint on what type of area he is in or where you can kind of find him. But remember, you can always use your Sword of Light to find out which direction you should be going into. He'll give you some kind of spiel about, rise courage to defeat it. Also, if you're having trouble with the Colossi, he'll give you hints while you're fighting it to let you know, hey, this guy, you might have to do this. Which is actually really cool that, like I said, each Colossi is essentially its own boss fight, which it's a lot of fun, honestly. And and you can see our stamina meter went up a little bit after that fight. You can see like the little pebble there. The map is blank. It will not tell you where the next Colossi is. You're just on your own here. Which I think is kind of neat, just to let the player like, hey, you know what? This is that. Also, if you find these, you can pray at them. Which you'll also find like one of the lizards that will raise your stamina. But it also will heal you all your wounds and stuff. There's 26 all together across the world. A little bit in the video, I'll show like where each one is. Not like individually, I'm just going to show the map and we'll pop a trophy that way. I'm probably not going to go over all 16 colossi because I'm trying not to make this an hour-long video. I'm going to try to keep it kind of short this time because I know I can ramble on, which I've already done in this video. Like, I'm 10 minutes in and I've only popped like one trophy. I gotta get better at this. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. Now, we also get a trophy for finding one of the vital points on the colossi. So you're going to use your sword of light, you're going to bring it up, and you're going to focus. Honestly, like I said, most of them are on top of their head. So as long as you get that sword of light and you beam it on their head, don't make fun of I'm still getting used to the game here, so don't make fun of me. I platinum this game, alright? But this is really, it's really embarrassing how bad I was at the first. That's why I didn't really want to play it. But yeah, once you hit the top of his head, you'll get your trophy for putting out a vital point. As you guys saw earlier, my embarrassing attempt to ride Argo, I decided why not go for the trophy trick rider, which is perform all stunts with Argo to try to give me more familiarity with like the horse and how he controls. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tricks you can do with him. Which one is just to jump on his back, another one's standing still while galloping to hold, the quick stop, turn quickly, hang on the left side, hang on the right side, and then to jump off any small cliff. After doing all these, you earn yourselves the trophy Trick Rider. And let me tell you, it took me a lot longer. It sounds like super simple. Let me tell you, man, I was struggling with this. I think I spent like 20-25 minutes. Honestly, just to get the controls down, this game took me a minute to do. But at the end, it was worth it because it helped me just get the controls down that much faster to get this game going. Now, the third Colossus also has a special trophy attached to it. You see that wrist guard? We want to kill the Colossus without breaking the wrist guard. You see that little platform he was walking on? If you're on that platform and you get his attention and he slams down his weapon, it'll break that wrist guard and he's so much easier to climb. So during the time trial, I think it's just the perfect time to do this because, I mean, you're trying to get it done faster anyway, and it takes a little bit extra time to break the wrist guard while you do it. So I did this. This is kind of where the controls are kind of like annoying, but at this point I wasn't like awful at the game. I was starting to get used to the controls or whatever. So you want to jump onto his leg there, drop down one. For whatever reason, he won't lower it enough where you can get it on that blue one. It's weird. So once you're up there, you'll just go ahead, finish off the Colossus after you defeat him. But you have to do it without breaking it. Like, even if you climb up there and stab him a little bit, you're gonna have to restart if the wrist guard breaks. So once you do that, you earn yourself another trophy. I just wanted to demonstrate on how to do it in case you guys like had like any questions or anything about it. Also, let me know what your favorite Colossi is. Let's take a break from murdering the Colossi and focus on the things you can do to get trophies in the game. One of the things you can do is collect fruit. Once you use fruit off the Forbidden Lands, it gives you a trophy, which I did mention earlier. Every time you do eat a fruit, it does increase your health. So it'll move like ever so slightly. You'll see these little lizards running around through the land, but I'm pretty sure the only silver-tailed lizards that you'll find are on the shrines. You'll notice that its tail's like glowing. I think you can find them not at the shrines, they're just like they're more harder to find. And when I got the lizard stone, that's kind of like what was happening. It would show like all the lizards and they'd be on the shrine. So maybe those are just guaranteed ones. But I got lucky a couple times and I found a couple like in the wild. You'll see like that tail's not shiny. If the tail is shiny at the end and you pick it up, it unlocks another trophy. Here's the area where you're going to get this next trophy. I had to look this one up. Apparently it's a reference to their third game, The Last Guardian, which I haven't played. I haven't played any of these Team Ico games. They have 3. I think the first one's just called Ico. I know it was on the PlayStation 3, I believe. Then the Shadow of the Colossus, and then The Last Guardian. But you're going to walk all the way down here, you're going to enter up this cave, and then you're going to see like this barrel. And then once you, I think it's like as soon as you enter the cave, honestly, I'm pretty sure the trophy pops. It is right there. I'd say the hardest part of getting the 4 animals out in the wild is this freaking hawk, man. I didn't even think I was going to get it. I tried so many times. So you have to ride the horse, get on the horse like you're about to, like you're standing on it, then jump off and just pray to God that you're going to get that hawk. The next animal I'm going to show here is a turtle because they're kind of like rare, but they always spawn over here. And you can tell by like where those pillars are. You just step on it, trip over it, and that's yours. The doves you'll always find at the beginning of the game by the shrine, well, where Mono is. Just run over to it. Don't run over to it because you're going to scare them, even though I end up scaring them anyway if you got too excited. Just run, jump, grab it, and there you go. Then the next animal that we are going to hit, there's only 4 that you have to get. I just thought that was so funny. It's a little bit derby. And then the last one is by the 8th Colossus, which also has a special trophy tied to it. By the 8th Colossus, you'll see fish in the water. Just go there, grab that fish. And once you do interact with all 4 of these animals, you earn yourself another trophy. There's a total of 25 shrines that you need to pray at. Right now on the screen you're going to see 24, because the 25th one, you just get through going through the last door where the last Colossus is. So it's an endgame trophy pretty much. To get this next trophy to get in Reminiscence mode, you just go to a Colossus that you've already defeated, pray over the Colossus, and then you'll refight the Colossus, and then once you beat it, you'll earn yourself another trophy. Sorry to make this sound a little checklisty. I'm just trying to get through like the stuff you do in the open world right now before we get into either talking more about the Colossi or me talking about like the time trials, which we might get to the time trials pretty soon. I think one of the best trophies in this game are the time attack trials. As you can see in the top right, you have like a little goal in the current, so you have to beat this Colossus in under 12 minutes. Some of these are kind of challenging. Honestly, the normal mode, I didn't really struggle in the normal mode. The normal mode, they give you plenty of time. On hard mode, which you're going to have to do a playthrough on hard mode, and you have to beat the game in under like 5 hours, which I recommend doing the time trials first because you can unlock new equipment. Like, if you do all the time trials, you get the Queen Sword, which pretty much one-shots the vital points of the Colossus. But I like the time trials, because it kind of gives you like, I don't know, different strats and stuff to like take out the Colossi. Like this one, for instance, I finally came up with this strat where it's like, oh, after the first time you do him, he buries himself underground, and if you focus where like the Colossus is, you can find out kind of like where he's coming. You can instantly take him down like this. Like, we'll deflate the air balloons on him, and you go straight down. You do that, and I was like, oh wow, like you're developing cool strats, which is going to help you in your, I guess you can technically call it a speedrun trophy, but it's just, the time trials are fun, and the greatest thing about it too is you can just restart and you're right at the Colossus. You don't have to go find them or hunt them down. You just pray at the statue at the temple to do it, which is why you have to get all 26 shrines before you attempt the time trials, or time attacks, whatever you want to call them. But honestly, this trophy was like a highlight for me. Like, I had so much fun. Granted, there is some frustrating ones. Like the final boss, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat this thing in under 9 minutes, which, you know, I did, because obviously I got the platinum. But it was challenging. But just like coming up with like different strats and different ways, like how fast you can actually do it. Like on hard, I actually got through the final boss in like, I think 5.5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And I never thought that'd be possible. But this also helps you just get the controls down so good and just so much better. It's actually really fun. And then I think it's after every 2 Colossi or 3 or 4 Colossi, you unlock like new weapons. Like you'll get like the Mask of Power, Mask of Strength, whatever. There is a Mask of Power too, but you get that one I think on the hard. But so like doing the time trials too gives you rewards, which is awesome. They don't count towards like your stamina though, unfortunately. I wish it did, because then the grind for it wouldn't be so freaking bad. But after we get all the time attack trials, we do get a trophy, and we get a trophy for the Queen Sword. I lied, it's not getting the Queen Sword, which in order to use the Queen Sword or like any other different like weapons you get, you're gonna have to do like left to switch and then right to get it. There's also a trophy for taking down the 8th Colossus without it flipping back over, which honestly I just waited till I had the Queen Sword to do this, because it's instantly just like a 2-shot. And look at that cool, like how it just takes you, like shoots like lasers and stuff. Like some of these Colossi, the designs are just amazing. I was really like sour on this game when I first started it, but like the time trials changed this game for me, and having the Queen Sword too, because I guess like I felt rewarded for getting good at the game. And at this point it's like, oh cool, like before too I didn't realize you could take out the legs. I found that out when I accidentally did it one time. You just find out cool stuff. But anyway, so we take down this Colossi without him flipping back over, which is, I mean, you can do it without the Queen's Sword, it's just so much easier, because look, one shot takes out the sigil. And once you defeat a colossi with it, it earns you a trophy for using the queen sword. But we earn 2 here. Alright, so this is a part where it comes to 6 playthroughs, because you have to max out your stamina with the Wanderer. So you can either, I think on the Reddit post I saw, you need to kill at least 75 colossi to max out your stamina. So you can play through the game 6 times, but that's 6 times you're going to have to go find all the colossi, take out the colossi. I mean, it is a lot faster with the queen sword, granted. But what I did, because I was trying to find out like faster ways to do this, so I was like searching, the grounds of Reddit and the PlayStation forums and etc. etc. If you just kill the first 2 colossi over and over again, and then you have to beat your game obviously to do like a new game plus. But if you just keep doing this in like rotation and you kill like the first 2 colossi, go to new game, it'll carry over those 2 kills. I got this down to a science where I could do this in 6 minutes. Like, it didn't take, I mean, granted, it's still a grind to get that, and I can see why this is like one of like the more rare trophies too. Like, it gets frustrating because like right there it's like, wait, why are you, this is what I was talking to like with some of the controls. You're like, why are you trying to jump to that ledge that you can't even get up? Just get up here, just get up, Wanderer. It's frustrating. But this is where the 6 playthroughs come through. You can either do that or just do this method where you first kill the first 2 colossi and just do a new game plus. I did that. God, man, it was a lot, because I did the first 2. I did the first playthrough, which is 16 colossi, and then I started a new game plus, and I think I killed like 4. Then I wanted to get to the 8th colossi the next time so I could do the kill him before he like rolled over. And then I just kept doing this over and over again, the first 2, because they're just so simple. Because like I'd get this harpoon, throw it right at his leg, take him down, then I would just run up, stab him, easy. The only difference between like normal and hard mode is on hard mode the colossi will like shake you more frequently, and they have an extra vital point, which with the queen sword does not make the game any more hard. So I didn't even play the game on I did hard mode, but I did it through the time trials. And then for my last playthrough, where you have to have you have to beat the game in under like 5 hours and 40 minutes with a queen sword, you will not have to worry about the time at all. I ended up beating this game, and I want to say, I think I have like a screenshot of it. I want to say it was like under 2 hours. I think it was like 1 hour and 45 minutes with a queen sword, especially because once you play through the game, you know where all the colossi are. You're not going to struggle to like figure out how to get them. You know their ticks. You know, like, oh, this guy you have to do this for, or this guy you have to do this before you can do any damage to him. Like, the boss designs too are just incredible, which we'll probably go over like later in the video. I'll show every different colossi probably. And you also have to do a playthrough without dying, which I also did on like the speed run, quote unquote, towards like the end game, because I was trying to do it on my normal playthrough, but then for some reason at the end boss, you're supposed to go across this bridge with Argo, and Argo was just like, no, bro, like, we're gonna die here. And I was so mad, because I was like, god dang it, I didn't want to have to worry about dying on hard mode. But honestly, I don't think you will, you don't really have to worry about dying in this game, because like none of the colossi like really like take you out. And if you play like how I did on your first playthrough, by the time you get to hard mode, you're gonna have plenty of health anyway. So like the colossi aren't gonna like one-shot you. I mean, during the time trials, they might one-shot you, because you have like the bare minimum stamina and like bare minimum health that they'll give you for it. And I think that's like part of the challenge too for that section. But I don't know. I just towards like the parachute too is like so good, man. Because like if you fall out, you don't have to worry about taking any damage, and that helps me too. Like with this second colossi to get it faster. And two, like the horse spawns right next to Mona. So like on your way to the second, I'm just gonna show this whole thing, and I'll keep talking over it, because I think this is like very imperative for your playthrough. Is like, I did this over and over again, man. I had a podcast on while I was doing this. I was watching Twitch, I think. I was just zoning out, doing this over and over again until the trophy popped. Some people said they had trouble with it popping. I didn't. I think by the end of it, I had 50 fruit, because you have to have your health maxed out too, but I think I ate like 49 or 50 fruit, and then I'll, after this too, I'll show the, like all the stats I had for like the colossi that I defeated. It's gonna count like the time trial ones like in your, overall stats of like how many times you've like defeated them, but they won't count towards your health. I know I've said that multiple times, but I just want to like reiterate that you will not have that count. Like, I think that would make it too easy. Well, not too easy, because you still have to kill the colossi, but you want to go out and find them. So this is what I do. I just sit there. I know where the first two are. The first two are relatively close to the temple. I would just jump off this ledge here, because I have the parachute, which you get to by doing the time trials. That's why I waited to do this stuff for the end. I know there's like a speed run glitch where you can like kind of like fall off it, and you could like land like directly on the Colossi's head, but I'm not a speed runner. I'm just a man trying to make platinum videos for fun. Which, by the way, if you got this far, like and subscribe, please. Leave a comment. Help the algorithm out. But yep, take him down, hit him, just run right up that leg. And on hard mode, he's gonna have well, you'll see it anyway. This isn't hard mode though, this is normal, but he'll have like an extra sigil on his side. You can kind of actually see it in like the I won't say beginner mode, on normal. I didn't play the game on easy because there's no like, I think you can unlock some concept art and stuff on easy mode, but I didn't really care about that stuff. I was more like, hey man, I just want to do this. Also at this point too, I might just add the trophies for all the other colossi, because you get a trophy for defeating each colossi, and there's 16, so like half the trophies pretty much are just killing the bosses. Again, I know I said this again, but I'm going to reiterate. I have the queen sword. It just makes it so much faster, man. It is annoying because like normally what happens here didn't happen to me at all. I literally just go up here, I stab his head, it'd be over. But of course, since I'm recording this time, he's going to shake around, and I'm like, dude, you didn't do this the whole time, but when I hit that record button, you shake. I would literally just walk up to him, stab him, and be over. So like, sometimes, like the fastest I think I did it was like 5 minutes. The longest might have been like 7 minutes. But yeah, I would just do this. You have to watch this cutscene, which does get old after a while. Also, PSN did say this was going to take like 50 or 60 hours. I'm pretty sure I did this in like 40 or 39 hours. So not too bad of a grind, I'd say. But, you know, not too bad. And the next trophies that we're going to go over are the, what you need your max stamina for. Some people did it without it, but I mean, you're going to have to max out your stamina anyway, so I don't see why you would just do that first and then do all that. I don't know. I might, at the end of the video too, show all the colossi, just so you guys can see them all and all their radiances, because they are really cool. But yeah, you'd skip this. Skipping all the cutscenes is imperative to make this go by faster. Plus, you've already seen them if you completed the game, which you also get a trophy for completing the game. But here I am exiting out, and then it'll say there Colossus. You just go to New Game Plus, so it'll load your save file from the time before. It'll be like your most recent one. Just do normal, original world, and you'll do that. I guess I'll pop the trophy for beating the game too. Now as we come towards the end of this video, yes, you'll see 3038. Yes, it's a big jump, but I just added all the other colossi that we defeated earlier in the game, because I'm not going to go over all 16 of them. I am going to show like little clips of each one towards the end of the video in case you want to see what they look like or whatever. I'm just not going to pop every single trophy for that, because if I did that, then this is going to end up being an hour, and I've been trying to do these between like 30 to 40 minutes. But I'm going to talk about some of the other trophies that we get while we climb this freaking wall, because it's so time consuming. And then there's a bridge that you have to cross that's like 7 minutes long. So while we do that, we're just going to talk about some of the other trophies that I didn't mention. One of them is the trick arrow skills, which is you just have to shoot a lizard with a special arrow. You get these special arrows by doing the time trials. You get like 3 different arrows. One of them is actually an exploding arrow, and it's really cool. This trophy's, it says it's not missable, but like the second time I beat the game, I didn't get him to do this. But you, at the end of the game, you'll take over Dorman, and you can attack the villagers, and you can do like a special breath attack. Once you do the breath attack, you get the trophy Dorman's Rage. And then I'll add a little clip here But like I said, on hard mode, you have to beat the game in under 5 hours, 41 minutes, and 28 seconds. With a Queen Sword, you will not struggle with this at all. I'm going to put the screenshot here where I beat the game. I think it was like an hour and 50 minutes. Also, you get another trophy for completing the game without dying, which I did on my hard playthrough. Another one of the trophies is defeat a Colossus with a downward jump stab. So on my normal playthrough, once a Colossus I got like, I think there's like a quarter bit of health, I just jumped in the air and did an attack. Once you do that and you kill the Colossi, the trophy is yours, a skilled warrior. I actually had to look up a guide to like everywhere I had to climb because some of this stuff's not too obvious. Like I guess now seeing it, it's like, oh yeah, obviously you would climb on this ledge and all that, but I did not see it when I was doing this. But overall, guys, I definitely think you should give Shadow of the Colossus a try. Even though it does play like an older game, you can definitely feel its age. It's definitely one of those games that it's still, I would say it holds up once you get past the controls. Because some of the controls, yes, they are a little rough. And it does take some time getting used to, but honestly, the time trials alone makes this platinum worth getting, I think. And plus, you feel so overpowered by the time you like finish them that like you actually feel rewarded for the time that you put in to get good at the game, and like it's satisfying. I think this is a great platinum. It is annoying with getting all the 75 Colossi deaths, but I really think it's worth giving a play still in 2024, almost at 2023, still living in the past. Yeah, I think this is a game. Maybe I shouldn't spoil all the Colossi. Maybe I won't. Maybe you guys can just check them out on your own. Yeah, this game was fun. I think everyone should give it a shot. It's a great game. Future plans. I did put a poll out to see like what franchise I should start doing. It all tied between Souls, Resident Evil, and continuing doing the Supermassive games. So I might just do like one of each and see which one gets like the best, I don't know, views, I guess, and see which one I'll continue doing, because Until Dawn was fun. I do want to do the Quarry. Actually, I might just do them since I already started that. I don't know, it's hard to like think it, because I'm obviously thinking I'm gonna like blow up one day and become like this huge YouTuber. I just do this for fun, and then tackle games that I think some games that I just never played, or some games that I've played before but I wanted to get the platinum in. But we do get a trophy here for taking down eating a poison fruit. And actually, interesting enough, when you eat it, it lowers your health because this fruit is actually healing you from all the poison that you've been eating from the other fruit and all the colossi that's been in you. So that's pretty cool. And there's another trophy. I'm not going to show this whole wind walking down this 7-minute. It's literally 7 minutes walking across this bridge. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you'll see it right there. That whole bridge, you have to walk across to get to the end. And then once you get to the end, you get to the door and a trophy will pop. You know what, hold on, I might just pop both of these now and keep on talking till the end of the video. Let's do this outro on the last Colossi because he was cool. Beat him under 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I think this is hard mode, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah guys, Shadow of the Colossus, I'd say it's definitely worth playing. God, this dude was so cool, his design was amazing. So I do kind of want to show him off because I'm going to put him on the thumbnail because I think he's just so freaking cool. And a lot of these Colossi are cool. A lot of like the ways you have to like go about them without figuring it out. Like some of them are kind of hard, and it's cool that it gives you hints too, to be like, hey, maybe you have to distract this guy and go under a tunnel to lead him over there to figure out, you know, whatever. This guy, maybe you have to shoot him in the eye so he crashes into a wall. Like, it's just a bunch of cool, neat things that this game does that you don't really see games like this anymore, you know, because it's a pretty barren world. There's not a lot going on, but I guess maybe that's the point, is to like make your own narrative in this and be like, maybe you decide kind of like, hey, like I heard like there's this one guy who said like after he killed the first Colossus, he just put down the game because he didn't want to kill the Colossi, and maybe that's just how his journey ended with this game. he didn't go through with it and get Mono back to life, and maybe he lived like his own like little life, you know? It's cool just how like stuff interprets differently, or you can play the game how you want to. I did enjoy this game though, and I think you all should at least give it a shot, even if you don't want to go for the platinum, because it is like a kind of a grind. I think you should at least like experience like the Colossi for themselves and see what it has to offer for you, because it is seriously like a lot of fun. Like my first playthrough, I was like, oh, this is great, and then I was like, wait, I have to do this 5 more times. But then like doing the time trials like actually made like me appreciate the game even more, because I'm not really one for like doing time trials like that and stuff, but it was cool and I enjoyed it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe would be great. Getting close to 500, which is cool. We're at 200 now, well, like 204, 203, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions on what game I should do next, I know we talked about that poll earlier, but we'll see what I do. I mean, I do want to do like Elden Ring. I do want to do all the Resident Evil games too. I just want to know like what I should start it off with. So, you know, it is what it is. You guys let me know if you have any troubles with the trophies, or you want like any hints or anything. Again, ask me in the comments. I'm more than willing to help you out, because that's what these videos are for anyway. I'm trying to make them entertaining, but also I'm trying to make them informative. I'm not entirely great with the entertaining part right now, because I should be writing scripts instead of just winging it. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do what I'm doing, and then hopefully it speaks to people. I'll make a couple jokes here and there if I can think of them on top of my head. Like I tried writing some scripts for some, but then other times I'm like, I just want to, you know, just show everybody like the raw game footage. I'm not like I said, I'm doing this too, like all on my PS5. It's not like I have like a laptop or a computer. Well, I have a laptop, it's just a shitty laptop. Anyway, I'm rambling on at this point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'll see you at the next time. Be safe, guys. Love you.